Good morning. All right, my yoga students, as I promised, we're going to do, since we haven't done this in a while, we're going to do a little stretching. We'll do a pelvic reset like we've been doing in our classes. And with that, you know you're going to need, if you have one, a strap and a yoga block. Now, I know that some of you do not, because in class I provide all that for you. So there's an alternative. A really nice long scarf will work for the pelvic reset and some of our stretching. And I've come up with a lightweight, no advertising here, I have a Swiffer box. And it's a good size for the pelvic reset. We have the wide, we can use it the wide way, and we can use it the slender, skinnier way. So, I'm going to use this. And if you have your yoga block, you know how to use that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start on our backs. Have that strap or yoga block close by. I'm going to use things I've found around the house. And you want to be on your backs, knees bent. And you're going to start by taking this box the long way. This is a little wide, but it's okay. And you want to get those shoulders open wide, chest open. And you're going to use your upper arms from shoulder to elbow to brace your upper body when you're doing this, because they're resetting the pelvis. And we're going to put our feet together, not apart, so they touch. And arms down at your side. And just start to rock those hips side to side. They're going to be really tight at first. And just keep rocking 10 times. 1, 2, and the Swiffer box isn't staying between my knees. 3, go ahead and laugh. 4, 5, press into it. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10. Now we're going to take that block or box, whatever you have, and turn it the narrow way. Place it back between your knees. Get those arms supporting you, upper body on the floor. And now rock again 10 times. 1, 2. Take some nice deep breaths. Let that breath go. 3. Oh, this feels good. 4, but I can really feel it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so now set that aside. Get your strap, yoga strap if you have one. I'm going to use this scarf. I'm going to start behind my thighs. Feet are still together. Now I'm going to put my knees together and bring this around to the front. Cross it over so my right hand has the left side, left hand has the right side. And I'm going to pull tight and press my thighs to the outside like I was trying to get out of this. And now rock 10 more times. 1, 2, 3, I can really feel this. 4, hold tight. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then just set that scarf or strap aside. Place your hands, palms up, shoulders open wide, feet are still together. And we're going to go up into a bridge. Squeeze those glutes to lift those hips and hold. And now we're going to rock, loosening up that cervical part of the spine. We're going to take your head side to side. 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then slowly release that spine down, one vertebrae at a time. Tailbone comes last. Gently bring your knees to your chest. Oh, and stretch through that lower back. Feels really good. Take your hands halfway between your knees and your ankles and just bring those thighs in closer. Give that lower back a good stretch. Let that breath go. Remember, exhalations create stretch, so if you're not breathing, you're not stretching. And that exhalation does all the work for you. So let's keep that left thigh tucked in, straighten your right leg down on the mat, flex that right foot so you're grounding that leg, and draw this left knee out towards your shoulder. Massage of the descending colon. So hold and breathe. Oh, great stretch. It's really nice when you can do a yoga class and let your breath do all the work. But that's pretty much it. Breathing is so important. All right, let's switch sides. Take that right knee out toward the right shoulder. Massage of the ascending colon. I like to take about 3 to 5 breaths here. And then take that leg out long. Take your arms overhead and give that entire body a stretch. If you want to intertwine your fingers, turn them up and point your toes. Oh, stretch through that lower body. And then gently bring those knees back to your chest. We're going to turn and roll up into potted palm, legs crossed. Make sure you're on your sit bones, so pull that fluff out. You want to be feeling the bottoms of those bones on that mat. Let's do a back stretch. Cup your hands over your knees. Lengthen your spine. Lift out of those hips. Take a deep breath. Roll back onto those sit bones, pressing your heart towards your spine, your navel towards your spine. Chin goes to your chest, and shoulders relax away from your ears. There's that wonderful stretch up that back. Just breathe, pressing that breath into your back. All focus on the breath. Let everything else go. So what's so wonderful about yoga? If you just keep your focus on that breath, all the outside world just goes away for a while. Keep your navel tucked to your spine, release and roll up. Walk your hands out to the side. Bring those arms up shoulder height. Turn your palms forward. Spread those fingers wide. Take a deep breath. Lift out of your hips and spinal twist to the right. Bringing hands to heart center and look over your shoulder. Keep your spine active in this pose. The crown of your head is reaching up toward the sky and that tailbone's rooted into the earth. Come back to center. Cup your hands over your knees. Inhale. Round and release that spine again. Roll back. I always like to tell my students here, if you were to let go of your knees in this particular position, you would go flying backwards. That's how much. It's like a trust fall. You gotta trust. And just let that back stretch out. Relax those shoulders. Feel that breath. Press against those ribs. Press against that spine. Tuck navel to spine, release and roll up. Walk those hands back out to the side. Inhale, arms shoulder height. Turn those hands forward. Take a deep inhalation. And spinal twist to the left, bringing hands to heart center. And look over at the left shoulder. Come back to center. And one more time. Inhale, round and release your spine. Roll back. Let that head drop further. Relax those shoulders. Press into that back. Tuck navel to spine, release and roll up. Today, let's do a little more stretching of that back. So, bring your left foot forward and bring your right foot either to your inner thigh, knee, or calf, whatever works for you. And if you're having trouble with this hip, if it's stiff, you need to place a block underneath it or a Swiffer box, whatever works, put it there. And then and I'm going to get my scarf again, and place it around that left foot. More toward the heel. I want you to create a nice straight spine. So it's up, shoulders roll back and down. We're going to try and keep that spine as straight as possible, hinging from the hips. We're going to take a deep breath and forward fold, looking over those left toes. You can walk your hands down that scarf or that strap and look forward and just breathe. Feel that stretch up the back of that leg, through those gluteal muscles and up into that lower back. And again, breath does all the work for you here. Now, drop your chin to your chest. Take a deep breath and draw the crown of your head towards your toes and your nose towards your knee. Keeping your navel tucked tight to your spine. Release and roll up. Change sides. Right leg extends. Left foot comes to inner thigh, knee, or calf. This is really the only time that I like to have you put your foot on your knee, because it's not going to cause any excess pressure on that knee. And we don't want to do that. And just place that block under your other knee. And if you don't need it, don't use it. Place that scarf or strap around that foot. Lengthen that spine, sit up tall. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, hinge forward again. Looking out over those toes. That's a stretch from sternum to chin. So look out over those toes. Deep breaths. You can feel that body move with each breath. Drop your chin to your chest. Take a deep breath. Draw the crown of your head toward your toes and your nose toward your knee. Tuck navel to spine, release and roll up. All right. Let's take that block, set it aside. Both legs out straight for a full forward fold. And then take that scarf or strap, place it around those feet again. Come up really tall onto those sit bones. Shoulders rolled back and down. That chest is open. Take a deep breath. Hinge forward again, looking out over those toes. Walk your hands down that strap or scarf. Look forward. Add that stretch, sternum to chin. Tuck your chin to your chest. Draw the crown of your head towards your toes. Nose to your knees. Release and roll up. And set that strap or scarf aside. Bring your feet together into butterfly. Bring those heels in as close as is comfortable. Take a hold of those ankles and flutter your knees. Check in with those hips. See how they're feeling today. Loosening them up. Keeping them flexible. And then with your hands, bring your knees together. Straighten those legs out. Shake them out. Let's give that spine a real little relief. Hands to your sides. Press up. Ooh. Anti-gravity. Let that spine just have a little relief here. Taking some deep breaths into that soft tissue between each one of those vertebrae. It's the only time it ever gets any relief. Otherwise, gravity's constantly pulling us down. Spread your toes wide. Press with the ball of your feet and point your toes. And then spread those toes wide again and flex them back. Take them forward. Check in with those arms. Make sure you didn't relax. That spine is still getting a good stretch. And just bring them back and forth. If you get a cramp, just stop and work it out. Sometimes we get cramps up through the shin because we're not used to this stretch. Just back and forth. And then circle each ankle. All right, here we are, pressed up. Take a deep breath and release. Gravity's got us back again. All right, let's come up onto hands and knees. Hands and wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Take that tailbone, press it back, crown of the head forward. Spine is straight, abdominals working. Take a deep breath and go up into your cat back stretch, sucking chin to chest. Arch that back up. Breathing into that back again. And then drop into cow pose. And all that happens here is your pelvis, navel drops toward the mat, hips lift toward the sky. Press up through your arms, look forward, adding that stretch, sternum to chin. Deep breath here. And then return your spine to neutral. We're going to work those two poses with the breath. We're going to start here in neutral. Inhale. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And one more time, take it back up to cat. Drop it into cow. Sit back into your child pose. This is our first child pose, so just take it easy. Press back over those lower legs. You're going to feel the stretch in the thigh. So start by releasing your rib cage to your thighs. And if your forehead doesn't get to the mat, go ahead and stack your fists. This is a great stretch for the lower back, for those legs. When we do the stretch again later, you'll get closer to ground. You can flatten your hands. If you're flexible enough, you can go out into an extended child pose and get that forehead and nose to the ground. Come up on your knees. I'm going to do a little hip flexor psoas stretching. So start by taking your right leg up up toward the front of your mat. Right now your knee and your ankle are at an angle. So I want you to bring that knee directly over that ankle, which now puts this left leg from hip to knee into a stretch. Hands on your thigh. Just hold and breathe. You're going to feel that stretch all the way up through the psoas. Then release, come back, change sides. Left foot forward. Take it far enough forward and then draw that knee out over the ankle, putting that right leg into a stretch. Hands on your thigh, shoulders roll back and down. Keep that spine straight here. Then release, press back. Take your knees to the outside edges of the mat. Keep your toes together. Fists, press them into your hips. So you're pressing your hips directly over your knees. Roll your shoulder blades back and down. Take a deep breath and lean back into your gentle camel. Oh, from knees to neck. We spend so much time over grocery carts, computers, steering wheels, you name it. We're always folded forward. Time to stretch the front of our body. Let that heart press toward the sky. And then gently release, and we're going to sit into a wide leg child pose. Forehead to the mat, arms to your sides, palms facing the sky. Take a deep breath, let your shoulders drop. Feels so good. This is one of those poses you could stay in for a very long time. All right, come up and let's go down on our bellies. Today's mostly going to be on the mat, giving this body a good stretch. So go down, put those feet together, point your toes. Remember your mermaid tail down there. Elbows directly under your shoulders, fingers spread wide, and press up through those upper arms. Squeeze your glutes and look forward. Gentle cobra. Oh. Let those shoulders melt away from your ears. This is a static contraction of those lower back muscles. So if you suffer from sciatica, lower back problems, this is a good place to be right now. It strengthens those lower back muscles. Makes them strong, supporting us. And then release and rest your forehead on your hands. Some nice deep breaths here. We're going to work on that lower back some more. So this time you're going to bring your hands under your shoulders with your fingers toward the center of your mat. Elbows flared out. I want you to press up. Look forward. Hooded cobra. Keep that mermaid tail. Squeeze those glutes. Let that belly press against your mat. And then release down, turning your head to the right. Arms to your sides, and let your shoulders drop. Let your feet flop open. Total rest. That's really, this pose, hooded cobra, and the next one we do are really, really good for working those triceps, those upper arms, working that lower back. So now bring those hands back under your shoulders. Now with the fingers pointed toward the top of your mat, and elbows close to your rib cage. Bring that forehead, come up onto your forehead as if you were looking down your shirt. Get that mermaid tail going. Take a deep inhalation, press up, look forward, and breathe into that belly. And then release down. This time, turn your head to the left. Arms to your sides. Let your shoulders drop. Feet flop open. Bring those hands back under your shoulders. Press up. Sit back into your child pose. See if you can do a full extended child pose here. Walk those fingers forward. Give that upper body a good stretch and see if you can get that forehead and nose, tip of your nose to the mat. Then come on up, and we're going to turn around. We're going to end this little segment on our backs again. So go down on your back. Knees to chest. Oh, stretch to that lower back. Feels good. Rock side to side this time. We're going to release that right leg out long. Grounding that right side by flexing that foot. Just anchor that right side of your body down. We're going to do wind frame pose. So take your left hand to the inside of your left knee. You're just going to drop it over. Don't force it down. That hand just is all the weight you need. Because if you force it down, you're really going to injure that hip. And you want to keep your knee mostly at waist height. Right hand drops to your right hip, helping to keep that right side grounded. Chest is open. Open up that hip. Feels good to stretch. Now I'm going to take the left hand to the outside of the knee. Bring that knee in. Then we're going to take the left arm out. Right hand goes to the outside. I'm going to draw this leg over. You can choose to tuck your hip under if you want or not. And this is giving this lower back a good stretch. So breathe. Again, don't force it. Just let that breath work for you. For each exhalation, you'll actually feel movement. Then come back to center. Knees come back to the chest and rock side to side. See if you can feel a little flatter on that left side. Now extend that left leg out long. Flex that foot. Ground this entire left side of your body. Don't let it lift off that mat. Take your right hand to the inside of your knee. Left hand drops to that hip. And let this knee drop open. Remember, our bodies are different from one side to the other. So this leg might not go as far. Maybe it'll go a little further. But let your breath tell you how far it's going. Then bring that leg back to center. Left hand to the outside. That knee right end goes out to the side. And draw it over. I like to tuck my hip under a little bit. Draw it over. And let the back stretch out. Then come back to center, knees to chest, and rock side to side. Let's take those legs out long again. Point your toes, arms overhead. Stretch out that body. Your body loves this stretch so much. Oh. And then bring your knees back to your chest. Bring them out towards your shoulders, to the outside edges of your ribs. Hands behind your knees and up into happy baby. You can choose to rock side to side here. Or reach up, grab a hold of those big toes and stretch out. And rock here. Good stretch. And then bring the bottoms of your feet together. Drop into reclining butterfly. Knees open. It's another hip opener. Hands to your rib cage. And just close your eyes and focus on your breath. Check in with your body. See how it's feeling. And here you can choose just to lengthen those legs out long, feet flap open, arms to your sides, and stay here for a while in your Shavasana, your relaxation pose. For as long as you'd like. It's okay if you fall asleep. Good time to take a nap. For those of you that have things to do and your mind starts to whirl, bring those knees back to your chest. Roll onto your side and press back up into your potted palm. Palms up. I always like to tell my class I hold on to my ring fingernail, which is the breath. And just close your eyes, tuck your chin to your chest, and just breathe for a moment. Feel your shoulders melt away from your ears. Body's feeling pretty good. A little stretched out. And then slowly begin to open your eyes, looking at the ground in front of you. And then start to lengthen that spine from the tailbone. And as you get to your shoulders, lift your head. Breathe in. Breathe out. Give me a nice deep breath up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And inhale up, bringing hands through heart center into prayer. Take another deep breath in. Breathe out. From that place in me that I find most dear, to that very same place in you, namaste. My spirit honors yours. You have a wonderful day. See you again soon. This isn't the end.